Hey man, appreciate y'all watching and following the build of this 5.3 to 6.0, 5.3 to 6.0 conversion, 4.3 to 5.3 6.0 conversion. Hit that thumbs up if you don't mind. Hit that subscribe if you don't mind for your first time being here. I'm a little long-winded at times. I don't know. I'm not a how-to, but hopefully there's some information in there that somebody can use. Somebody can use. Appreciate y'all rocking with me though once again. Let's get into it. Boom! And just like that, we back again. We ain't made no more progress. Looks like I'm gonna probably have to. I did find my shorties. As I remember, I tried to modify one shorty on this side, flubbed it up to make a shorty work on this side. So I might just, I really don't want to run the shorties, but I might have to. Either way, shorty on this side. The only thing I don't like about them shorty headers is spark plug wires, man. You will burn a spark plug wire up, man. But you will with the shorty headers. I got plenty of clearance with the headers on this side, and got the intake. Got to go get my bolts. I believe I remedied my injector problem. I drilled new holes for the rail. If you watched the earlier, drilled new holes there. I got a set of, I want to say they're 33 or 30 pound 33 or 30 pound flex fuel. These are 30 or 33 pound flex fuel injectors. So that's sufficient enough for what I'm trying to do. Running the slider mounts, of course. See the slider mounts, Amazon. I'll put a link in there if y'all interested. And I might go and get that other throttle body that has the extension on it. It ain't pretty, but we'll see. We'll see. So I got to go get my bolts to mount the intake down, my bolts to mount fuel rails to the intake, and then my transmission line, cooler lines. I ordered transmission cooler line. Transmission cooler lines. I thought I had an extra set. I do not. So I order those along with fuel line that I can come off my AN up to feed 8. Is this 6? 6 AN. And then I need to block off for 8 AN. I need to block that off for 8 AN. I have no idea where it went. Ain't no big deal. Get all those pieces. I mean, in all honesty, put the harness on, put the starter on, and I don't have to have my fuel hooked up as well as of right now, because I could spray some starter fluid in the throttle body and make it run. So I might just go that route just to hear it run until my fuel line shows up. So stay tuned. 6.0 upgrade for the green bean. Now, since it's 6.0, I might call it mean green. Mean green OBS. I got one, y'all. Do a burnout. Yeah, so definitely stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. I don't want to do mismatch headers, so we'll see what happens here. What up, what up, what is happening? We're gonna try something different with this mic, but we got some copyright playing in the background. Let me go ahead and turn it down just a little bit. What? Yeah, man. So this is what we got jumping. The 6.0. The 6.0 is in. Is wired up. It is in. Wired up. I'm going to hit the key. Can y'all see? I'd like to get y'all closer, man. Let me see if I can get y'all closer. Here's that shorty. I found it, but it's janked up, so I ain't gonna. Oh, hey, don't mess up, man. I was about to mess up. I was going to turn the key. You know what I mean? Turn the key with no oil in it. Bad deal. Let me go ahead and put some oil in this dude, man. The 6.0 swap, you know, we went from a 5.3 to the 6.0. Started out as a 4 point, was it 4.3? That sound right to y'all? 4.3? 4.3. So now we got the 5.3 was in it. 6.0 is in it. Got a comp cam, or is it cam motion? I think it's comp cam. I'll put the specs up on the cam. And to be honest, I have not. I don't like this. I just made a freaking mess, man. Good gracious. Funnel missed everything. Everything, man. Everything. Everything. Oh, man. I had to pour it slower, man. I just made a freaking mess. I know it calls for 5 quarts, 5.5 quarts. We putting 6 in, but guess what? As much as I spilled, probably gonna be 5.5 quarts. But that's what we putting in. It says 70% less plastic. Havaline, 20, 5W20, I think it is. We'll check it out here in just a minute. But I'm glad that we're able to get this thing hopefully fired up. I don't have my fuel lines ran. I'm still waiting on them. I don't have my transmission hooked to the converter. Still waiting on my transmission lines to my transmission cooler. So that's still not going to stop me from trying to turn it over, because we could spray some little do-it fluid in the throttle body and make something happen. And then my actual fuel rail, I have to have a block off for it. We're going to see how this thing does with this intake. Like I said, man, I wanted something different. I wanted to do something different with intake wise. I don't like the fact that I couldn't run long tubes on both sides. I'll be on the hunt for a long tube. Best believe that's it. Best believe that. We're going to be on the hunt for a long tube. 10W30 Havaline. 6 quarts, $20. I don't guess you could go wrong there, especially as high as everything is nowadays. I know some people be like, man, you running that junk oil? Well, guess what? This is the first fire, so we're going to run that junk oil. We're going to run that junk oil. The only issue I'm having is the dipstick. What did I do with the dipstick for this engine? Man, spilled all that oil. Didn't like that. And that's another thing, man. We kind of want to make sure we got oil coming to the top of the engine too, because I put a little oil in the pickup tube. Oil pump, but I didn't put nothing in the pickup tube. So what needs to happen is we need to crank it, double check, make sure I got some oil going to the top of the motor. Prayerfully we do. But no, we got oil in it. Now we need to make sure we got oil coming to the top of the motor, as like we did when we started it before. Oh man, it's oil's everywhere. So I guess I'm gonna crank it for the first time, y'all. We'll crank it for the first time. Let me tighten up these battery posts. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Messing with this 6.0. We're going from the 5.3 to the 6.0 swap. And cam motion cam, I think it is, man. Main thing is we have no leaks, no knocks, no strange noises, none of that. Let's see what we can come up with here. The sad part is I can't let it run because I don't have no fuel going to it. And furthermore, I made sure not hooked up my fuel pump relay, because we don't want the fuel pump to come on at all. Oh, turn this key forward, see what we got, y'all. power. All right, we got it. All right, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Cranks over pretty quick. We don't have no alternator wire hooked up. None of that. None of that. Do we got fire? I don't know. Need to put a cap over that. And this is us trying to start it on a 5.3 stock 5.3 tune. So I don't know what it's going to do. It may not do nothing. You know what I mean? It's worth a shot. But let's see. I got some. I had some. What did I do? There it is. We got a little carburetor cleaner. We know what that'll do. If it don't make it hit, it'll make it do something. Make it do something. I'm not 100% sure that my relay clicked on. I don't know. As far as my starter relay, I didn't hear it. Let's try that again so I can listen. Yes, sir, it did. What y'all think? What y'all think? Should we give it a rip? Give it a rip? Give it a rip? Let's see. She hit. She hit. She hit. She hit. She hit. She hit. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how long she'll run. Because all the... Oh, let me plug this mass airflow sensor up because it seems to run better with that on there. You know what I mean? We'll plug that mass airflow sensor up. Put this. She does, y'all. One more again. Now I have to verify. We're gonna do that one more time because I gotta verify oil pressure. Y'all. Verify that oil pressure, man. Guess what? We got oil pressure, baby. We got oil pressure. So, like I said, once I get my fuel lines in, transmission line, and my U joint, then I gotta work on my exhaust. But you know, we got a running engine here. What y'all think? I think it'd be better out there doing burnouts, huh? I think it'd be better looking good out there doing burnouts? Probably. We still, like I said, it's an AN cap that I gotta find for this. Or plug. And I don't know what thread, and I don't know what thread this is here. It's not pipe. So it's metric probably, I don't know. I got my bolts in for my injectors. They good and down, good and tight. I got one on that back side though. I'm kind of a little nervous about. Hope it don't leak. Of course, we went back with another China boy, but she's wired all in. All he likes finishing up. Remember I was telling him, the thing I don't like about the shorties is they'll burn spark plug wires up. Look at that. Look at that, man, laying right on the header. Right on the headers. There's mainly just this one. Now, could I take and put a little heat and bead on it? Probably. But it's a task to get a spark plug in there with the header on. And I don't have all my bolts in. I don't even have my gaskets behind it. So I gotta definitely drop my gaskets behind there. And we'll go ahead and get these gas lines and make them up. Being that this one comes straight down, and I don't want to turn it anymore. I believe it's in like it should be. It might be rotated a little bit, but I'm gonna have to put a 90 and go back and then down. Back and then down. So that our fuel lines is clear of any kind of heat. So let me go get these gas lines and we'll put it together. Yo, let's open up some fuel lines here. We got Evo Energy. A lot of people go with this Evo Energy. Part number X002EA 3KJD. Evo Energy. If I'm mistaken, this it comes with all the AN fittings you need. This is the 6 AN 20-foot stick or length. Braided with some brackets, screw them together, and then all the AN fittings you need to make your fuel line. We got 90s. We got U-turns. We've got 90s. We got straights. So all of them will be used for that. Oh, and then we got 45s. So we got 45 90s. So that will be used to make up our fuel line for the OBS 60 swap. And then we've got part number part number OFK19-70-SS. Make sure I gave y'all the right part number on this other one. I guess it is. I don't know. Either way, I will put these in the description. I like this transmission line. It's AN as well. It's an AN style fitting as well. Oh, and you could probably get away with using this somewhere else besides transmission. I've always just used them for transmission. And one thing I can tell you about this stuff, try to keep it as straight as possible. Because if you bend it in any kind of way, it will kink. And you don't want no kinks in your transmission cooling lines. And it comes with several AN fittings. Several straights. We got straights. We've got 90s. We've got whatever the thread pitch is for the side of the transmission. Oh no, that's the AN. Okay, hold on here. Hold on. Yeah, side of the transmission, this would be your straight. And if you want to do a 90 on it like so, screw it in, tighten it up, there it is. And then not only that, they give us the correct style fittings for the install of a 4L80E. These are the cooling line. These are the fittings that go in the side of your transmission. You have to have this long one, and then you have a short one as well. Now, this long one and the short one, you don't want to mix these up. The long one goes to the rear on your older style or newer style transmission. The longer one goes to the rear, and the shorter one goes to the front. Okay, come with some O-rings. Like I said, this one, it has to protrude in there pretty far to keep certain things cool. And you have, like I said, you have to have the long and the short for your newer style 80E, that's what we have. I like this because look at all the AM fittings this dude sends you. They send you straights, 90s, elbows, and I'm actually going to probably use one of these to create that 90 that I need to on my fuel line. You know, I don't like putting a bunch of connections and making a bunch of connections for fuel rails, because anytime you have an extra connection, that's another place where it could possibly leak. But let me see if I can come up with something here. All right, what we're talking about is this right here. I need to do a 90 as in so. Or rotate this. Let me see if I can rotate it. If I rotate it, I will be able to get what I want. So all right, see, we got it rotated. Rotated, and our pipe dope that we're using hopefully don't leak. Hopefully it don't leak, man. And then what I was saying was I will go with, I don't know how this is gonna be. Yeah, we'll go with the 90 like so. We'll go with the 90 like so. I might. I'll keep it where it's at. We're hooking this up right here. This up right here. I mean, in all honesty, I'm gonna be straight up. The easiest way for me right now would probably be to tap into my existing lines that you see right. That you see right here. Where are they at? Tap into the existing lines and let it rock. But that's not what I want to do. I have to make up the lines. So I have to go down, screw it to the bottom of the car, and we got it. All right, y'all. I think we can start it up with the key. We got the gas lines ran. I got one of the little gas lines is a little temporary. But yeah, we're still on the 5.3 tune, so I'm gonna charge my laptop up, see if I can transfer this information that I need for a 6.0 tune. No alternator yet, but I'm seeing something I don't like, and that's that oil pressure. Oil pressure ain't rising. It's falling. It comes up as I give it gas, but at idle, I mean, it's idle a little low in my opinion, but at idle, I don't like it. You know, we're at 38, 35. don't know what it is, man. Sound like a little rattle, like there's something rattling. Sound like anything's hurt as far as the motor goes. I don't like the idle because it seems a little low, but we are making some headway. Power steering pump, alternator, exhaust, drive shaft. That's where we at. So, picking away at it, one piece at a time. One piece at a time. I was hoping for a more radical sound. I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the 5.3. I don't know, man. I was hoping for a more radical sound. I don't hear it. I hear. It can sound. I mean, you could make one with a stock setup sound just like that. So, I was hoping for a more radical sound. I'll get back at it and see what I can come up with. All right, y'all see all the exhaust pieces we got laying there. We got to make something happen with all that. So, we're going to make something happen with them exhaust pieces. For now, we're going to do the unthinkable, unconventional shorty on one side, long tube on the other. I know. Man, why don't you just put a long tube on it? Without paying, you know, I've been reaching out to some people, man, and what they're saying is if you don't pay $500, whatever, something dollars for a long tube, you definitely gonna have to get some different ones. I'm gonna reach out to my man Perch. Perch got the same truck. I'm gonna see what long tubes and headers he's using and go from there. But until then, we're gonna go ahead and take these pieces and make something work. We're gonna take something and make something work. I mean, we got look, 3-inch, and this is 3-inch. We're gonna do 3-inch duals, and I want to dump everything either before the tire, like you see right here, or after the tire, like you see right there, on both sides. And if I can't dump them on both sides, I'll dump them on one side. You know, it is what it is. We got Super 10 exhaust, what they call Flowmaster Super 10s. I like the way it sounds, so either we're gonna dump it right here, or we're gonna dump it back there with dual exhaust. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not an exhaust man, and I got enough pieces to make the exhaust work, as you can see. And to dump it in front of the tire, I like that. I like to dump in front of the tire, so we might just go ahead and do that. Dump them dual, 3-inch dual, dump in front of the tire, call it good right there. I got some tips, some exhaust tips. We might use those. I don't know. But anyway, the 6.0 is in, and like I said, we the unconventional shorty on this side, long tube on that side. There's a noise over there. I don't know what it is. It sounds like something's inside there just sitting there rattling, just shaking. You know what I mean? And with a recap, 6.0 LQ4, cam motion cam, all new top end, as far as I know, and new oil pump, as far as I know. Well, I say as far as I know because I recognize and I seen there's a new oil pump in there. We do have oil coming to the top of the motor. We do have it because I'm seeing it. I can actually, right here, this where you pour your oil in, you can actually see oil spraying. So I know I got oil coming to the top of the motor. I don't like the oil pressure that I'm seeing at that low idle, but the idle's low. You know what I mean? The idle's real low for a cam. I'm gonna change the plugs. These are used plugs that came out of the 5.3. I'm gonna change them. We're gonna make this shorty work over here. The other shorty, we chopped it up, try to make it work on another project, and I may take it and try to do something with it later, but I'm not worried about it right now. Like I said, I'm gonna reach out to my man Perch. If you ain't got a chance, go over, holler at Perch. Look at Perch. Perch got what is it? Ice hauler. It's a OBS 6.0 4L80 that's running. I mean, that truck running, man. That truck running real good. And it's 6.0 as well. So, and then shout out to my man Cortez Resto Mod. We got this, and man, there might be some other parts. Man, Resto Mod has came through on a lot of parts on a lot of the builds that you've seen in the past. You know what I mean? Resto Mod has, and if you go back and look at Birthday Brown, the LS1 intake, LS6, LS2, whatever that is, Resto Mod made sure that my brother had that intake for his car, man. So shout out to Cortez Resto Mod. Yes, sir. I'm going to go ahead and run dual fans this time. I've only ran one fan. And this is out of a 2006, 2008 fan setup. That's what that is. So I've only ran one fan the whole time. I'm going to go ahead and run dual fans. And the radiator itself, I want to say, is out of a OBS. Once we get that done, we rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling. Moving and grooving.